Yes, guys. Yes, people. It is that time of the week again. It is Friday night, and you know what time it is. Time for the Shameless gang to rise from the dead yet again. It is another week of Shameless FC with the gang already. So big up every one of you guys that are locked in. Smash the like and subscribe button while you guys are getting into the show. Let us know your thoughts on the last week of football and the transfer window as well. And let us know your remaining thoughts on anything else football related as well. We're going to be talking about the results from the last weekend of football. We're going to be talking about everyone's thoughts on the transfer window for their respective clubs as well. And we're also going to end it by tweaking our Premier League predictions from about 3 or 4 weeks ago. We're going to make one change because the international break's among us now. But as soon as we make this change, we're done. We ain't changing it again. So we're going to make one final change to the Premier League table predictions for this season. And other than that, guys, just get locked in and enjoy the show. I know everyone's saying they want to see Babs. Babs said he will be here. He isn't bottling it. He is going to turn up. I don't know whether it's a sooner thing. I don't know whether it's a later thing, but he'll be here. So
North
don't you
London
guys worry.
thing.
Babs will turn up eventually.
Definitely a North London thing. It's 100% a North London thing. You know what I'm saying?
It's either him or it's just Slav who just doesn't really turn up unless Tottenham are winning. But it is what it is.
Tottenham are top of the league, though. I'm surprised Slav ain't here, to be fair.
This is
like
It's 3 games, bro. Let's calm down.
Yeah,
but it's 3-1-0 wins and it's going on anyway.
3-1-0 wins.
3-1-0 wins.
Someone said
it's not
it.
Getting better for him. This is his dream show. He'll never get a chance like this again.
You know
That's
what?
the thing.
Actually spot on. You are
that's the reason why I don't want to go too hard on him. And I think he saw in the group chat earlier. I was like, come on. He's like, we were fantastic. I was like, come on, bro. You can't say that you were fantastic. And
come on. Have you seen the Spurs football that they've had over the last year? He's going to say fantastic.
That's why I felt bad going too much on him, because it's kind of like, as Flawless said, we hate to see Slav depressed. So since he's not depressed, he's gone in the other direction. It's like, okay, now you're taking the piss. So it's like, just dial it. You thought you'd have a little bit of modicum to you, but it is what it is. Slav, get back, man. Let's banter you in person.
Yeah, come on, man. I hope you're back soon, because it's Chelsea v Tottenham in a few weeks, and we definitely have to have a few discussions when that comes around as well. Finally bagged the Spurs away ticket too. I thought I weren't even going to make it this year.
You got Spurs away?
Yeah, I'm on Spurs away. No chance am I missing that one out. Just got, like no face, belly, face mask, everything, because if 100%. I get caught, I'm pissed. I won't even make it into the ground.
Yep.
But yeah, guys, again, smash the like and subscribe button. We've got nearly 100 of you guys in here. So let's try and get to about, let's say 200 likes before the end of the show. Let's try and get 200 likes before the end of the show. Flawless, I'm going to start with you. How's your week been, my guy?
Yeah, man. Week's been blessed per usual. You know what I'm saying? United, we won. That's obviously Ronaldo came in, no DM. So it's just, you get me, no DM, just vibes. But it's typical Manchester United, isn't it?
And the guy Declan Rice scored yesterday.
What do you mean, my guy Declan Rice?
I'm glad you said his guy, and not mine.
You know what I'm saying?
And you hacked what's it called, the Amazon thing as well. So congrats on that, man.
Yeah, you've been on the
such
hacking
a beautiful
this
thing,
week, bro. Eventful week, hasn't it?
Beautiful week.
You know the amount of messages I got, and people were like, "Is this you?" No, it wasn't me. Who
Democracy speaks.
IMDb.
Democracy speaks facts.
Yeah, but
that's what happened.
I have no context as to what's happening.
Yeah, but Flawless, let's be honest.
Did you see the Amazon? I don't know if it's still up. It's on Twitter. See if I can find it.
Is it the one that guy that's meant to look like Flawless?
No, not one, not my twin. No. That was funny, by the way. The IMDb, like they have the description of what's coming up. So someone changed the description for the Arsenal All for Nothing documentary, and it was just hilarious. That's what it was. But people thought,
Lewis, have you actually not seen that?
I'm surprised I haven't seen this.
You've not seen it? Yeah,
I'm sure.
I find it funny that you just called it All for Nothing as well. You actually know the real name for it. Love that.
Oh, it got taken down.
No chance. I swear I've got it.
I'm sure I screenshotted it.
No one screenshotted it.
I'm sure I did.
I took a picture of it. I've got it. Hold up.
If you can bring it up, it's beautiful within itself.
Let me have a look. Have I still 1 sec?
They got Fatter in the comments saying where you've been the last few days. Bro, the window's closed. I've got nothing to talk about anymore.
Have you got it? Yeah, let's go.
I've got it. Let me share my screen. Hold on.
Pick up yourself anyway, G.
It's on Twitter, but still. So this is the biggest you're going to get.
Yeah, it's calm. What are we looking at? Oh, no way. They actually... What?
This was legit. I had to ask.
I thought this was fake.
It stayed on for like a whole day as well.
So wait, this was legit. I saw this on Twitter, but I thought it was a fake.
Tell me this is not flawless. He literally just said it at the beginning of the show, and that's why everybody's messaging him going, "Oh well, it's you. Of course it's you, man. Congrats on the anonymous collab, you know."
I'm saying. So I said it. Yeah, in Amazon's third installment of All for Nothing, we uncovered the pathetic downfall of North London's second biggest club. No European football, no faith, just vibes. Large up Arsenal, you know what I'm saying? Bottom of the league and that.
Flawless, I know it wasn't you.
0 goals.
Let's be honest, you wish it was you, don't you?
100% in that.
It's not flawless because he would have put
now he
all
said
for
it, I
nothing.
can imagine him.
You wish it was you.
I would have put All for Nothing, and the description would have been detailed. It would have been much longer. It would have been more. It would have been a whole paragraph, 100%.
You would have gone into players.
Oh yeah, 100% in that. You get me? The great Captain Fantastic Granit Xhaka. I would have went all out. Like, if you're gonna do it, you might as well do it go the whole way with it. But yeah, Lewis, I'm blessed. How are you though? You know what I'm saying? I see you out here, get me on big YouTube channels, sponsorship. You out here winning. I see you, Lewis.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Said sponsorship as well. Do have to say, if you guys haven't checked it out already, please check out manscaped.com. The link is down in the description below for all your finest grooming razors and all of that. This will give you the cleanest shave in history, and you'll be able to have facial hair as good as Ryan's when you're done as well.
There you go, because you don't want to be out here looking like me.
Cheers, man. That means a lot still.
You know what I'm saying?
And you don't want to be like me with my beard that don't even connect, so I just have to
you
shave it.
You don't want to be with me where it's just a mess. You know what I'm saying? And
Neil's got some good stuff going on there as well, man.
We gonna get to Neil. As everyone out here winning in that. You know what I'm saying?
Come on,
winning circle. Let's go. You know what I'm saying?
Again, guys, 20% off. Special code AC Hive. Check out Manscaped. You can also use it as a torch as well if you're going out in this dark. It's perfect. Come on, guys.
Imagine hearing that in the dark. That's the most sinister thing. There's no lights.
No, but you know what's happening because you got a little torch.
That's smart. That I don't know why you'd be
It's dark
shaving
at
in the
night
dark.
and you're bored and you're just shaving yourself and you don't know where you're shaving. Now you know.
Why you be shaving yourself in the dark? I don't know, but it's a good thing to have regardless.
Procrastination.
People like to do certain stuff in it. Let's not judge in it. Let's not judge.
I don't judge. I'm just merely making an observation. You know what I'm saying? And it's just an observation.
And don't forget,
nobody thought I need to shave. Let's turn the lights out.
Manscaped using the code AC Hive. Big up yourself. Sorry, Neil. What were you saying?
No, it was just flawless banter and Arsenal banter, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no worries. We'll get to that.
But
anyway.
yes, Lewis. Obviously, I had to give you your flowers. But yeah, man, I'm blessed. All good. Good to be back as well.
Much appreciated, my guy. Big up yourself, Neil. What are you telling me, man? How's your week been?
Yeah, not too bad. Leicester won. Good first away day of the year. Feels like, again, I don't know about you guys, feel like forever since I've done an away day. So yeah, all good. And this quick plug again. Still looking for the women's award. We're still it's still open for the women's award. So make sure you vote down below for Beyond the 90 LCFC Women for Best in Women's Football. We really appreciate that. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, guys, that's in the description below, and that's also in the comment section for you guys now as well. So again, get on there and vote for Beyond the 90 for Best in Women's Football. I was just about to ask Ryan what he was saying. Like,
yeah, that's the universe telling us
you know?
we don't want to hear what he has to say in that. You know what I'm saying? You know what he's gone? He's gone looking for the Liverpool's transfer targets. That's where he's gone. That's where he's ducked off to, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? He's stressed out.
Well, he ain't coming back for the rest of the show then. If that's the case,
he's not coming back for the rest of the year.
No chance. That's a shame as well, because we were just about to segue into the Liverpool v Chelsea game. I cannot be bothered. So you know what? We'll switch into Wolves versus Manchester United for this one. And I mean, it was a scrappy win for you guys. It's a sore win.
Yeah? You think you're slick in it? Yeah, I said you have to use that picture. Yeah, you think you slick. Bear in mind,
I can't even lie to you, bro. This is the first photo I found.
Yeah, this guy in it. Sure, that first photo you found. Sure, we'll go on. Carry on.
What do you disagree with in this picture, though?
There's nothing I disagree. He just didn't have to use this picture. Bear in mind, we won the game. We could have just used Greenwood celebrating, but here we are.
There wasn't anything with the perfect width and length for the stream, so it was a bit sticky.
Yeah.
But regardless, it was still a scrappy win for you guys. There was hints of good football in some phase, but you lot struggled on the transition as well with Wolves too. And yeah, I feel like this game just fully justified as to why you're not really feeling that gassed about the transfer window. And we've already said this, we've admitted it plenty of times. You lot needed a DM way more than you needed Ronaldo coming back. This game was just the perfect example because Fred and Pogba in the pivot was just abysmal. Pogba was good at spraying balls around, was good at progressive play, but you need a DM next to him. You need a proper midfielder, and Fred just ain't that guy. If anything, Fred's another one of those players who should be playing a bit further forward.
Yeah, because he's really an 8. And when I say what you say, I get called negative. I have an agenda. I need to be more positive. And that's my point. Everything you just said there is spot on. We had Varane and Sancho both played, and we still look the same as last season. You can add as much individual brilliance as you want to this team, and we've done that with Varane. Varane's a quality centre-back. Sancho's a quality right winger. We've also brought in Cristiano Ronaldo now, who we know is going to score goals.
Really?
But again, it
It's
all
never
goes
been
back
mentioned.
into the... Never been there. It's not in it. I thought I'd bring that to the masses because I think he's been very underwhelming and he's not getting the respect he deserves. You know what I'm saying? It's been quiet on Twitter. United have been quiet announcing it, etc. I've not mentioned it much. I've not been asked about it much. So I was like, all right, this is my chance now on Shameless FC to do that. But you said everything there, Lewis, in regards to United needed a DM. It was awful. It was awful to watch. It was absolutely terrible. And speaking of awful to watch, here's Ryan. But yeah, it was awful to
Oh my gosh.
That was good. I'll give you that. That was actually good still.
That was good, isn't it?
No. I've got respect.
We didn't
No, that
hear
was
it for
good.
a second.
Well, yeah,
I'll give you that still. It's hard to come back from that. You won that battle still.
Yeah, that was hilarious. Thank you. Appreciate it. But yeah, sorry, that's not me for 6 though. I found myself hilarious. Woo! But yeah, as I was saying, the performance.
Oh, for fuck's sake, man.
Sorry, people.
Get on stream. Get it loud.
Oh my god. Oh, I really find myself funny. As I was saying,
He's actually so proud of himself.
I really am. I'm genuinely proud of myself. It was great. It was perfect joke, perfect timing while I'm saying that, and you pop up on the stream. As I was saying though, in regards to it, yeah, the performance was awful. But I said at halftime, because I'm doing the watch along. I'm on the watch along. Shouts to Zeno and Eddie. They're and Dan as well. They're unhappy with the performance. The United fans in the chat unhappy with the performance. Other rival fans are trolling. And I said at halftime, United are going to win this game. Somebody is going to produce a piece of individual magic to win us the game. And lo and behold, it was Mason Greenwood, and we get out with the win. That's probably the only positive. Was De Gea's world-class save. Varane looked good because it was Varane's debut, and he did look good. All this, he has to get used to the Premier League is nonsense. He looked fine, looked accomplished, and a piece of magic from Greenwood won us the game. Sancho was kind of, he was
shit.
Bright in spells. He wasn't terrible, but he was just like, as I expected him to look though. I'm not expecting Sancho as an expectation thing. I'm not expecting Sancho to come into this team and be incredible. I don't know what people are expecting from him because I know
I'm not even using that as a way to start roasting him because I said the exact same damn thing that you said. Bundesliga tax is hefty like that.
It's not even, you know what? It's not even a Bundesliga tax thing. What Sancho's finding out is in Manchester United's team is every attacker for themselves. You have to produce for yourself. There's no given goals. It's not a 1-2 thing. There's no team chemistry. All attackers die. Ryan thinks Pogba's world class and loves him. We've seen Pogba die in this side. Every attacker we have at some point has been questioned heavily of whether he's good enough. So whether that's Pogba, whether it's Bruno, whether it's Greenwood, Rashford, Cavani, Martial, and Sancho's going to be next on the list. You put any attacker in this side, whoever you man think are the best attackers in the world, you put them in our team, they're going to get doubted at some point because it's literally every man for themselves. And that's what Sancho's finding out. And he's not one of those players who's going to, yes, he can take on players, but he's not going to go past 3-4 man and stick it top bins. That's not his game. But he's still a very good player, but we'll see what happens. But I think I have no
He's more
concerns.
of a playmaker though, isn't he?
Yes, he's more creative, yes. And I'm not concerned about his performances so far. People are just running jokes, running agendas, which you would do, of course, because he's a rival player. But aside from that, I'm not concerned with Jadon Sancho because he'll come good because he has individual brilliance. That he can produce individual magic because he is that good of a player. So I have no worry about him whatsoever.
Yeah, but like this is the thing because like you guys have so many attackers in the squad. It's the same situation with us, but I think with Chelsea it's a lot more cut and dry as to who starts and who's really on the bench and has to fight for a spot. When Ronaldo comes in, because really and truly Ronaldo's going to come in, he's going to lock in a first team spot immediately. Yeah. Who ends up getting dropped out? Because
Greenwood.
Is it really going to be?
You reckon?
Is it really going to be Greenwood? He's been one of your best players this season.
Hear what I'm saying? Yeah, but this is all he be talking about. Ronaldo's going to play through the middle. Anyone dispute that? He's going to play as a striker. Yeah. Okay, Sancho's going to play because he's coming for big money. He's going to play from the right. Rashford's his guy. He's going to play from the left.
Well, Rashford's still
Bruno,
out for like another
When's
month.
he coming back though?
He's still out, but it's like they're talking October, November. So until Rashford comes back, Greenwood might get a shot. But I'm talking here, everybody fit. Everybody fit. Rashford gonna play from the left. Bruno gonna play in the 10. Greenwood's not gonna play. He'll still get game time, but I don't see him start.
Does Pogba get put in double pivot then?
100%. He put Pogba in the double pivot to play Dan James.
Oh my goodness.
Then he probably brings back McTominay as soon as he's fit again as well.
Got
this
good
is
business
Ollie,
for
innit?
Dan James, though.
Dan James was very good business. People are talking about we didn't need Sancho. If Sancho doesn't come in, Dan James doesn't get sold.
But what if, like, let's say, like, whilst Rashford is still out, and you play Ronaldo, Sancho, and Greenwood as your front three, and let's say Greenwood keeps smashing it, and Sancho's a bit like, does Ollie come in, do you think, and replace Sancho with Rashford, or does he still drop Greenwood, do you reckon?
Probably drops Greenwood.
You reckon? That's a bit mad still.
Because
no, but to be fair, you deep it now as well. We're now in the period where we're going to start seeing 2-3 games a week more regularly. So in terms of rotation, it's not going to be a position where Greenwood's just going to be isolated out the squad. He's probably just going to play your Champions League group stage matches, or maybe your lower stage Premier League games, maybe turn up in the cup games as well. So in terms of game time, he won't necessarily be without it. It's just he should be in your starting 11, at least at this age now. Because I can't lie, Greenwood's like the one youth player at a rival club that I can't slander. The guy is
you can't slander him. No, you can't slander him.
I've never seen a player at this age of that level of experience who is that clinical in front of goal. Ridiculous. His composure and his accuracy is fucking ridiculous. Yeah, and for me, it's just a shock that he ain't starting for you guys.
Yeah, well, he's been starting. But like I said, you said you said two important words there. You said Ollie and rotate. We don't know yet because he didn't rotate last season. Is he going to rotate this season?
What about Martial? Because he's quite low down the pecking order now, is he?
Yeah, I think Martial's gone now. I mean, Ronaldo coming in, I think that seals his fate. Because this was the final season for him anyway, for him to find out if he's good enough. But now that Ronaldo's coming in, his game time's now limited. So unless he comes in and he forces himself in, whether it's up front,
you even got Cavani there as well.
You got Cavani. And that's
so is he fourth? So Ronaldo, Greenwood, then Cavani, then
you could argue that, yes. You know, you could definitely have centre forward because then obviously you got Sancho. Greenwood obviously can play from the right, which he does at times as well. Sancho from the left. So he's got competition on. Martial has a lot of competition, so he is now down the pecking order. But he did look decent when he came on against Wolves, but it's a long season. If Ollie rotates, he has a chance. If Ollie doesn't rotate, then it's pretty much goodbye. It's good night Vienna if he doesn't rotate. But it's going to be interesting to see how he manages this, because there was no plan for Ronaldo. We went and got Ronaldo because he was going City. There was no plan. Because if there was a plan, we don't re-sign Cavani. Because now you have Cavani, Martial, Ronaldo, add Greenwood as a fourth.
That's the thing. This Ronaldo transfer wasn't planned, which means it kind of you guys had a big attack, but I felt like there was a bit of a chemistry there, and it was also, correct me if I'm wrong, it was like 2 players for each position.
Yes.
Now you're guaranteed you're going to have at least 1 or 2 players that are pissed off with their game time by the end of the season. Especially now you're saying that Ole don't even rotate like that.
You don't rotate.
It was such a reactive transfer, man.
Yes. And that's a terrible way to do business. I'm aghast that Ronaldo's back in terms of from a Manchester United perspective and nostalgia and the emotional side. Absolutely. This is Cristiano Ronaldo. And he's still Cristiano Ronaldo in name. He's not what he was. You know.
Your connection.
You're back now.
Yeah, my connection went. Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, he's not what he was because he's 36, but he'll still score goals.
Have we got?
You know what I'm saying? In slow mode is you from.
Pretty mad.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
large up Babs in the building. Yeah, slow mode.
Big up, Babs. What are you saying?
Large up Babs.
Yo, man, I'm just trying to sort my webcam out. 1 sec. Yeah, I'm just trying to sort my webcam out.
Yeah, no worries, man.
It's good to have you. But yeah, he's 36. He's coming in. But we've seen, like I've said, we've seen all of our quality attacking players pretty much die at different points. And I'm scared that might happen to Ronaldo. I'm very worried about it. And I don't like the signing in the manner in which the way we did it. We only signed it because he was going City. That's a terrible way to do business. We have to focus on Manchester United and don't worry about what Manchester City are doing. If he wanted to go City, let him go City if he wasn't in our plans. But now we've signed him. We haven't signed a DM. We'll see what's what. And I said this about Ronaldo. He doesn't push us significantly closer to a trophy. So that's why I was like, I would have went without him type of thing. Goals ain't a problem. We didn't need a striker. We weren't in need of a striker with the attacking options we had. Lack of goals is not a problem for us. It never has been.
If anything, it's just like control of games that's your problem.
Yeah.
Or even being able to be decisive when you have the ball, because you can have the ball for long periods and just do fucking nothing with it.
We've seen against Southampton, sustained attacks, and that all stems from a DM. Yes, I get onto the manager a lot because that stems from the manager as well, but the players have to be held accountable too. But Ronaldo doesn't change. I've been asking people everyone who's been gassed about it, and I was like, I hate to be that guy. How does Ronaldo push us significantly closer to a Premier League? And the answer is no.
It's all about whether you can feed him enough. Because if you can do that enough times, to be honest, it could make you title contenders. It's just your play as a team needs to be good enough to get the ball to him enough times to do that.
That is true. But I think
that's what the problem is. I don't know if you guys are capable of doing that, especially when you play low block teams.
Yeah, because when I ask people to predict where did they think Manchester United would finish before Ronaldo and after Ronaldo, people always avoid the question. I don't get a straight answer. I said we finished fourth before him, and I think we still finished fourth with him, depending on Liverpool.
I thought fifth before him, now potentially third, because I'm also taking into account Liverpool's transfer window, and now I'm not sure about them in the top four. But we will talk about that later.
Yeah, that man should have went and got Rice, but we moved. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. We got a win. We know the performance wasn't great, but we won. Yeah, 7 from 9 is not a bad return.
Wait, hang on.
Southampton, yes.
Hang on. Wait, I was still sorting it out, but hang on. Did I hear fifth for Man United?
I thought fifth at the start of the season.
Lewis said fifth.
Bro, have you seen their team?
Yeah, but have you seen their manager?
Yep.
No, I hear that. But surely that team's good enough to get top four.
Have you seen their performances so far?
Nah, because like Leicester City are strengthening as well, and I think people underestimate them.
Yeah, but Leicester have got a good unit, fair enough, but Man United's team is a lot better than Leicester's. Let's not deny that.
No,
so
definitely.
Like the quality for me is, I don't see how Leicester getting the top four with Man United's quality.
Man United, but we're bigger than it's just not just you can't compare it player for player and go okay, combine 11, who's going to win? Football's is better than that, you know.
No, but Neil, ultimately they have more world-class players. They have more world-class players. World-class players will always find a way.
I know, but like
not
we
always.
Had more world-class players.
Where did they finish
they will.
season? How many points did they finish?
They finished second last season.
Yeah, how many points off Man City?
And my point being, my point was Man United won the title, and my point was, how can you say fifth?
I think fifth's wild.
We went from first to fifth once, first to 10th.
Yeah. No, I think fifth.
We went from first to 14th.
Nah, man. That team they have the 11. Yeah, the pivot is weak. But you can't put that out of the top four. They are bankers for top four. They have to be with that team. They can't not be.
I don't know. For me, at the start of the season, my shock prediction was that United didn't make top four.
All right,
it's
cool.
changed
right,
now. I think the shock's more Liverpool don't make top four.
No, fair enough, right? But like they finished top four. United finished top four for the last 2 years, right? Same manager, right? Same manager. So now they've strengthened with Ronaldo, Sancho, and Varane. Surely the chances of them getting top four are even more likely now, no?
Well, the team's gotten better, but the manager hasn't gotten better, and that's
no. But he's obviously gotten better as well. You know, you don't just get worse as you get more experience, do you?
Has he got better?
Yeah.
No, he has. He has got better. Even Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Even though I'm not his biggest fan, I still think he's not that guy. Right? He's not that guy, pal. But hang on one second. You got to give credit where it's due. You know, he has improved in certain aspects. There's a reason why United are finishing third and second. I mean, for me, if I was the Glazers, I'd be giving him a new contract, which they have done. And I think it's the right decision. I think no, I'm not even trying to waffle here. I think he's the guy. I think he's the guy to bring the great leagues back to Manchester United. And I'm convinced Ole's the guy.
This is the Babs I was expecting last week. Yeah, this is the Babs I was expecting from last week. He's gone.
Listen, I would have Ole over Mikel Arteta. Yes, I would. Ole's the guy.
You'd have Ryan.
Ole is the guy, man. Sorry?
You'd have Ryan over Mikel Arteta. Right,
I'm not sure about that, yeah, because he's a JM32 fan. But nah, listen, mate. I think with all due respect, though, I think Ole has done somewhat well. All right, yeah, fair enough. But no, I actually Ole has earned my respect over the last few years. He has. I'll be serious. I'm not even joking there because at first I thought. I thought he was a dud at the start. He's not a dud. He's all right. He's not special. He's not world class. He's not the guy, but he's not a dud by any means. So he's in the in between for sure. No, he's not awful.
It was never,
why is he?
Nobody ever said he was
relegated bottom of the table.
No. But look, when you say he's awful, for me, awful sounds like he's a dud. That awful means like you're the worst in the league.
Cardiff's worst ever manager.
He is one of the worst.
Yeah, but that's certain clubs. That's certain clubs. But Ole reminds me of like a. It reminds you, do you know how certain managers, they perform, obviously with better players, they perform better, but they just let the players do what they want to do. And they are good for squad harmony. And that's what Ole's been. Mourinho and Van Gaal weren't that. It's what you needed, to be fair. So now the next step, Ole is not the guy to take you to the title, potentially. That's my point. But he's been the right step, in my opinion, for Man United, to kind of stable the ship.
Step on to who?
He's overstepped.
Now he's kind of sorted the squad out. The squad's happy now. So if the next manager comes in, that squad is in a happy position. When Mourinho went, it was all over the place. And likewise with Van Gaal. He should leave. But not in my opinion. I think he should stay. I think he deserves time. I think they should trust the person.
One thing we're not going to do is act like he's a good manager. He's a good vibes.
He is a good manager.
He's a vibes coach.
No, he is a good manager.
You just came in and said he studied this ship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but regardless, you get third and second, then you're a good manager, aren't you?
No, you're not necessarily. No.
Why not? So hang on. Right, cool, fair enough. If he's not, all right, cool, fair enough. Hold on, 1 sec.
Context matters. Get me? Who we competing with? The reason why Manchester United finished second last season because everybody was trash. That's
no, but you finished second in a year where how many points did Man City have? How many points?
No. Forget that. Everybody else was terrible. That's why we finished
third the year before that, though.
You know what I'm saying? Again, everybody else was trash.
They just managed to scrape us to the top 4.
I'm not saying it's a massive achievement, but you can't make him out to be awful when he's doing that. All right, cool. What you're saying, Flawless, right? Flawless, are you saying, right, with a proper world-class manager right now, you're saying this team wins the title?
It can challenge.
No, but then that's what Ole's doing, technically speaking.
Technically challenging. Because he's not challenging. When have we challenged under him? We haven't challenged. When have we challenged?
Second place is a challenge. Technically speaking, on paper, that's a challenge.
No, it's not.
We're the closest challenges. That means we're the closest challenges.
Liverpool challenged Man City for the title in 2020 when they finished like 25 points behind them.
No, they didn't.
Oh no, the other way around. Did Man City?
Whenever it was. Babs, where do you have? What's your top 4 predictions this season, Babs?
Arsenal top. I'm going. Man City second.
Yeah.
Liverpool
Arsenal
third.
second. Arsenal third. Arsenal fourth.
And Aston Villa fourth.
Oh, this guy a prick. I want a genuine answer to this guy.
Man's just doing alphabetical order,
uplifted Villa, I'm surprised.
No, I thought you were talking about the women's, right?
No, we're talking about the men's team. Sorry.
The
men's league.
I hope you're at Arsenal.
Bro, don't talk about women's like that, bro. Have you seen the signings we made? Tobin Heath. No. Listen, mate, you need to understand. We're the women's team right now, mate.
But Are you going Arsenal v Chelsea ladies on Sunday?
I actually am. Yeah, I actually am.
Yes, cool. I'll see you there then. Fair play.
Nice one.
See, look, you man thought I was just like joking, didn't go to the game. I'm going. I'm there. I'm live. I'm direct.
Babs, I genuinely want to hear this. I genuinely want to hear your top 4 for the men's.
Top 4 for men's. I think City top. I think Chelsea have to be second.
Okay.
It'll be close. Chelsea second. Liverpool. Liverpool third. Thing is, Liverpool. I really am told by their first 11, and I'm not saying they will be fit the whole season, but chances are they could be. And if that is the case, I'm going Liverpool third. Klopp is too good of a manager. I mean, he got third last year as well, didn't he? And Van Dijk's back, so I can't say they're going to get worse with Van Dijk. So I'm going to go Liverpool third. It should be United third, but I'll go Liverpool third, United fourth. But it'll be close. Like it'll be a close top. So third, second to fourth.
Fair enough. So you got City top, Chelsea second, Liverpool third, United fourth. All right. 2 questions for you. Who do you think the best manager is in Europe right now?
Best manager in Europe after Mikel Arteta? Yeah. I'd say
after Mikel Arteta, of course. Yeah.
I'd say Pep Guardiola.
Okay, so if Pep Guardiola's in charge.
Oh no, hang on. Best manager in Europe, then it's Tuchel, isn't it? Because he's won the Champions League.
I'm just asking you. I'm not even going to speak. So if Tuchel's in charge of Manchester United, where would you have us finishing in the league?
Listen, it's a tough job to follow through Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. The vibes test Tuchel doesn't pass. So I don't know. I'm not quite sure if he gets the same results. But regardless, I think United squad.
Forget that.
I think it's second. All right, cool. Second. I'm saying second.
This is why I don't think this manager's good enough because you've actually been one of the.
Okay, cool. If that's the case, right, and if they finish second, right, let's just say somehow you finish second this year. United this year under Ole finish second. Would Ole then get your respect?
Depends how we finish second. Do we finish second because Chelsea and City were trash? Then no.
Or do
So
you
your
think
goal is more league position, but regardless, your goal is league position.
My goal isn't. No. My goal is not. My goal is not
What?
solely league position. There's many.
Okay,
things
cool.
that
If Tuchel was to come in, what would you expect of Thomas Tuchel?
What would I expect? Playing
I didn't
style.
know either, to be
Utilize
honest.
No,
what you
but
have to the most.
if they finish
Utilize one
second,
thing,
like
Ryan.
if they finish second
Utilize
like
what
we
you
did in
have.
2019,
Yes,
then that's
it's a
different. If they
different
finish second
conversation.
like we did in 2019, with 97 points and 1 point behind, that's different.
Genuinely challenge. Because you should
Yeah,
be
that was a
challenging this
genuine
squad.
high
But
quality challenge.
the reason why even you who rates Ollie, you predicted us to finish fourth. We have this world class squad, but you predicted
Because
us to finish
I
fourth.
think you've got
Because of the
overrated centre
manager.
forward, innit?
It's because of the manager.
I think
It's
you've
because
got
of
the most
manager. Okay,
overrated
without-
centre forwards in the world.
Okay, without Ronaldo, where did you have us finishing before Ronaldo?
I was talking about
came?
Martial actually. But good to think that it's Ronaldo for you. Sorry, without Ronaldo. Oh, sorry. Look, your team for me is good enough to get third and fourth. Yeah, fair enough.
No. Forget
But
the
I think
good
if you go
enough.
first
We're not
11th,
hearing-
if you go
we're
first
not hearing
11th,
the good enough. No. We're not hearing the good enough and all this extra stuff. I'm just talking
Okay.
solely predictions. You've said there in it. Surely you came on and said surely Manchester United should be challenging. Lewis is wild for us to be thinking we finished fifth. I've asked you your predictions and you put us fourth because you don't rate this manager either. Because it's not squad thing because you rate.
all
the
right, I
squad.
changed my prediction. I'm going United second then.
Whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? Go on. Lewis,
No,
keep
as
it
long
moving.
as it keeps him in the job, I'm
that's
second.
fine.
It is.
Yeah. That's my point. This is my entire point. Everyone, and you're one of the few who've answered. Every time I ask people this question, Ryan's been there most of the time. Most people can't answer it because it's a nostalgia thing. And most people, like Gary Neville, don't want to accept that his manager's not it. He's the reason why we can't challenge. Because the squad, you said it yourself, the squad is there. Surely they should be challenging Lewis.
Yeah,
How
if
do you
I'm being
predict to finish
if
fifth?
I'm being real though, I think there's a part of your team that should scare me. Like as an Arsenal fan, I should be scared of United actually challenging this year because you've got the signings you've made. So yeah, you're right. There is a part of me that goes, all right, yeah, they made good signings, but the manager is still
Solely
Ole Gunnar
because
Solskjaer.
I asked you
And
if
you're
Tuchel
right.
was
No,
in charge,
that's
you
fair
said-
enough. Because yeah, as you said, look, with Chelsea, the fear is they got the manager, they got the team. Likewise, the Liverpool, not the owners, but they got the manager, the team, and City. United got a team, but not a manager. Because if you compare all four managers out of those, Ole is bottom of those by a mile. So the team
top
isn't
10.
that much better than City's, it's not even better than City's. So you don't have a better team than City, and you'd have a better manager than City. So how do you expect to beat City to title?
I agree with that. But we should be challenging them is my
Just
point.
wait until
So we don't-
2023 till Pep leaves.
Yeah, we don't
He's not
challenge.
going any- he's not
That's
going
my
to
point.
United.
We're not even in the
All right, cool.
conversation.
But the thing is, Flawless, though, right? Is
Go on.
the top three have their managers: Klopp, Tuchel, and Guardiola. Who would you say is United's next manager then? Because you obviously want a new guy, but who do you have in mind
would
to
take-
be the next one?
Because we've missed so many, I would take anyone who's of a quality of available. So I would take a Zidane, or I'd take a Ten Hag, or I'd take
You
a
take a
Conte.
Zidane.
Conte's there.
Yeah, I'd take Zidane. That's why I said
Okay.
Conte. Yes, I would take a Zidane. Why would I
Conte
not?
would be obvious. Conte's the obvious answer, but it depends on if your
I'd
team's
take
built
any-
for a.
I
take
do
one
hope
of three in the
Conte
back.
remembers the wig chance you lot made about him, though.
Yeah,
So-
man.
Does he
I'm
actually
not
wear a
over it,
wig?
He doesn't
because
wear
he's
a
got
wig. I think it's fused on.
Oh, it's a fused on wig, so it's still a
I
wig.
think so. Yeah.
Mad thing. But yeah,
It
that's
looks
my
still
point.
wicked, though,
Any one of those three. I'd take Zidane, I'd take Ten Hag, and I'd take Conte.
Okay.
Any one of those three. In that
big up
order.
Terrence
yes.
I've got a
saying-
question for you.
Actually, you know what?
just
I'm gonna
before
ask you
do
something,
that,
right?
Just before you do that,
Go on,
Terrence
go on,
saying,
go on.
I second Babs, he's improving.
Yeah,
I
Chelsea
think
fan,
you're
innit?
talking
See,
about
Terrence
Oli.
sees the vision. Man.
I'd like to third
Chelsea.
it as well as a biased Chelsea fan. Just
Chelsea
biased.
fan.
Yeah, we see the vision. Flawless. You need to see
Big
the
up
vision.
Jester's my G as well, saying to be fair, Ronaldo doesn't
Big up,
move
Jester.
the United needle for me. They didn't have a scoring problem last year. They have a midfield issue, #Frogba, and a defensive one. Yeah, midfield issue, we've been going through that as well. DM's the biggest
by the
problem.
way-
Defensive, though, I'm very surprised by that because they have a very strong back four.
On Ronaldo, though, that's the biggest panic buy I've ever seen. The biggest panic buy I've ever seen. Like, as genuinely, like, great signing, fans will be excited, great for the PR, great for social media. But in terms of the fact they rejected Ronaldo at the start of the window because they were like, that makes no sense. And then to go back towards the end of the window, he's forced or faked to move to City, let's just say, to force United's hand, and United have bit.
Yep.
It's the biggest panic buy I've ever seen. But
Yeah.
it's it's great because all the a lot of fans, look, Glazers out makes sense. There's a lot of fans that are Glazers out for a reason. But during the peak of Glazers out last season, a lot of fans weren't actually Glazers out. They were just saying it because it was cool to say, and it was the thing at the time because of the Super League, right? Those majority of fans that are just normal fans that don't really give that much about it, they've got Ronaldo 7 shirts on now behind on them.
Hilarious.
and they have
so
paid
hilarious.
what £100 for those shirts to the Glazers.
More plus printing.
Exactly, and that for
Glazers
me is
have
just
moved
like
so
it's the
smart.
biggest show because, and that's what United, the owners have won here, because regardless of what Solskjaer does this year, the owners will go, well, we give him Ronaldo, we give him Varane and Sancho. They've won here in a way because fans will buy Varane shirts, Sancho shirts, and Ronaldo shirts, and that's them winning more and more. And I just find it a bit funny, but I understand as well. Like fans will always get excited.
Exactly,
it's not just Man United. Exactly.
If the things were
Yeah, 100%. I said it to you end of last season. I said if Arsenal sign some big players, Arsenal fans will be excited. We obviously didn't sign as many big players, but you can see with United now. I mean, you're obviously going to get excited about Ronaldo.
Yeah,
well,
100%. But people have spoke on it. Like I said, from an emotional and a nostalgia standpoint, I was gassed. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm old enough to remember Ronaldo when he was at Manchester United, the success he brought, etc. But then when I looked at it logically, once I got the emotion out of the way, and I looked at the team, Ronaldo being 36, everything that's going on, the dugout, I'm like, the opposition, your Chelsea's, your City's, your Liverpool's, I'm like, this doesn't improve us. Like I said, Babs has said we finished 4th. Lewis has us finishing 5th. Ryan has us finishing 4th. Neil, I presume you have us finishing what? 3rd? 3rd. So the highest from you 4 is 3rd. You know what I'm saying? Neil, you think they'll finish it? That's my point. And we've added Ronaldo, Varane, and Sancho to it. But people will tell me the manager's not the problem. But when I ask Babs, where do we finish with a quality manager? He says 2nd. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure for each one of you lot, it would improve whether it was position or 2. For me, it's 2 positions. I'm just hoping what everyone's talking about in terms of Ronaldo possibly being unhappy and getting him sacked, that goes the way. I can see a civil war happening because Ronaldo's not putting up with that.
So I was going to ask you something. I was going to ask you something the other day. Obviously, it's never going to happen. And like, if you take like the fact that Klopp's managed Liverpool and Pep's managed City out of the way, which one out of the 3 managers of Klopp, Pep, Tuchel would you say is the best fit for United and is kind of more likely to win you the title out of the 3?
Tuchel. We just need organisation. And that's not a shot at Klopp or Pep, but Tuchel seems to me is just the best organizer. That's not a shot at the other 2 because the other 2
I agree. No, I agree.
In terms of all we need is the pieces are there. You know, like Klopp came into Liverpool and brought in his players for his style. Pep did the same at City. Tuchel's gone into there because Chelsea had the pieces and just put the pieces together. And to be honest, I think we've got the pieces there.
Test. Like Romelu Lukaku on his debut literally just said, go out there. And we'll see what we need to improve.
It's Arsenal. You know what I'm saying? That's what he did. You know what I'm saying? The man just said it's Arsenal. You know what to do. You don't need no team talk. You know what I'm saying?
Man just pointed at Ben White and say, you know what to do.
Yeah,
no, it wasn't Ben White. No, it was Marion Holding. It was Marion. Looked at Marion Holding and was like, nah, Rob, you know what to do.
Him in his
pocket. I'm saying, just seeing Arteta in the dugout, I'm just like, this is light work. You know what I'm saying? We can go home. You know what I'm saying? Type of thing. But yeah, that's my point. Hopefully, if it is going wrong, Ronaldo is the guy to get him sacked. Because if Ronaldo turns on him, then everybody who loves Ronaldo and loves Oli you got a side to pick. Pick a side. But
most of them will pick Ronaldo, I reckon.
Yeah, flawless. Go on, I'll let you get to that.
Paris saying flawless. Ronaldo outscored Lukaku at 36, bro. Also, Lukaku had more goal involvements than Ronaldo.
What does that mean, though? Never once have I said Ronaldo. Never once have I said Ronaldo.
Lukaku won MVP.
Yeah. Well, never once. This is what I don't understand. This is all right. So Ronaldo outscored Lukaku.
And what did he win last season?
What? I don't even know. What does that mean?
I don't know what it means. Like, Lukaku got more assists.
People say this. Like, what does it mean? Like, Ronaldo, I've already said from the jump, Ronaldo scores more. He scores goals for Manchester without question. Does that win us a league title? Does that push us closer to a league title? Does that push us closer to a Champions League? In my eyes, no. Simple as that. And people seem to have a problem with me having this opinion. But then when we have the discussion, as me and Babs just had it, Babs said all what he said. Or surely you must be challenging. All right, where do you predict us to finish 4th?
Where did Babs go?
So how are we challenging? You know what I'm saying? How you saying we should challenge, but you're predicting us to finish 4th? That makes no sense. And that's most people who have been on it. Or United should challenge. All right, where's your prediction? 4th. I don't want to blame the manager. The manager's trash, and we know this. But it is what it is.
Is what it is, and that is a perfect segue to the next match that we're going to go into. Manchester City 5, Arsenal 0. And for Arsenal, I dead-ass don't know where it gets worse from here. 7 shots on goal in your last 3 games. 0 goals scored, 9 conceded, 3 games and 3 defeats. Arsenal propping up the rest of the Premier League table. They've gone from 1st to 20th in the last 3 games. Where does it improve? On a level, and this ain't even me trying to take the piss now, because like I have never ever seen Arsenal in a state like this. Like even by like the Kroenkes level and Mikel Arteta, like this is bad. First question to actually ask: is there any positives, like any decent individual performances or anything that you could have taken out of that Man City game?
The man of 1,000 words has stopped speaking.
Yeah, you got nothing to say now, innit? When it's United, you got that to say, innit? You know what I'm saying?
Man, just
When it's
ignored the
Oli, you got that
question.
shit to say, innit? You got nothing to
He's a
say
penguin.
now, innit? You got nothing to say now, innit? You know what I'm saying?
Man's going on
Man's
loan
hella
like
quiet.
the
Let's bring up the match stats.
Man's hella
We'll
quiet,
I'll
innit?
speak for him.
Man's got
he's
0
a
points like
Oh,
Arsenal.
they've
You know what
legit
I'm saying?
broken him.
Man's
0
got
points
zero
like
po-
Arsenal.
Man's got 0
They've
points like
legit
Arsenal.
broken him.
Huh?
That's so good.
0 points like Arsenal. Nothing to say now.
Bro, what the fuck? Man said no
Get
points
me?
like
Like
Arsenal. I
Arsenal.
can't be asked.
May as well make us a mukbang at this point. This is pen,
You
man.
know what I'm saying? Big bad, you get me? Babs and that. You know what I'm saying? Nothing to say.
Nah, cool. 1 sec.
0 points. Are you gonna get yourself together
second.
now, yeah? You're already 2
No,
down for.
hang on. I will. The thing is, right, with Arsenal, right now, we're in a state. I understand. It's panic stations. But if I'm being real, did I see Arsenal going to City and getting any points? No. Unless it was some sort of miracle and we parked the bus and City missed bare chances, which obviously they didn't. My concern wasn't the team, because the team we started on that day. I mean, if you can go on lineups, please, Lewis. I'll go through the players
on,
that.
me.
Neil, this is Neil.
Oh, Neil, please go on lineups. If you go onto the Arsenal team, if we go through one by one who players that will probably start against Norwich, because the team's basically fully fit now. I don't think Leno will start. I don't see Leno starting. I don't see Cedric starting. That's 2.
Really?
Chambers won't start. Holding, yeah, I'll go through it. Holding won't start. Kolasinac won't start unless injuries happen. Tierney will start. That's 1. Saka will start. Odegaard. Smith Rowe will start. Xhaka's red card. He won't start. And Aubameyang will start. So out of that team there and there, was it 4 or 5 players? That's half the team that won't start on the next game. So Arsenal have already got as bad as a squad as it is in terms of what we were in the past. We don't have depth. We don't have quality in depth. But we've got
You just
a
spent
decent enough.
150 mil.
No, I know we do. But we've spent money on players, and out of those players that are playing there, only one of them are new signings, and that's Odegaard. So when you say we spent £150 million, I understand, but you can't judge those players in this performance because they haven't played. So these players now, like Ben White, Gabriel's back as well. Thomas Partey's back. You've got
This one,
Odegaard. Yeah, Odegaard's the only. But my point being, as bad as Arsenal were and as embarrassing as it was on the day, I didn't kind of expect a lot more, especially after the 10 men and the red card. Which, by the way, I don't think was a red card because I've seen the same challenge twice in the same weekend. One from Burnley and one from Pogba is different, but it's similar to an extent. But I don't think it was a red
Off the
card.
ground, fam. It's a red card. Come on.
No, but bro, he's not even touched him. There's not even like
It is
there's
a
like
red.
daylight between the
This
player
is
and. But it is what it
Xhaka
is.
as well.
It's debatable. I don't really give a damn. But regardless, going into the game against Norwich, Arsenal have a mostly changed team, a better team in general. That's when I will properly see what Arteta's about. I've got my massive doubts about him, and there's a lot of reasons to have him out. If he was to get sacked tomorrow, let's just say I would have no sort of disagreement with it. But he's not going to get sacked tomorrow, so my only thing is to look forward now. Man City. A lot of teams have gone there and lost 5-0. I've seen Liverpool a few years ago go there and lose 5-0. I think they finished on 98 points that year. Was that the
Nah,
same
that
year?
was we finished on 75 that year. That was the season we got first
But,
Champions League final.
I've seen teams got look. Chelsea have seen it as well. Chelsea have gone there, lost 6-0. Teams have been there and lost big amounts. Right. My point being is not that. And the thing is with the Arsenal, as I said, it's as weak as it is. So I can't really judge the team properly and the new signings until I see them actually play. Do you get
This team should have done a lot better, though.
Oh, it should have.
100%,
No, it should have.
even against
It should have done
City,
better.
a lot,
But you know
lot
what this
better.
team lacks? While financially it is expensive players, it does, right? I think it was worth close to £200 million, so it should be doing better. It's weak mentally, and you could see it because if you actually watch
was
the
the
game
fact-
from the start,
yeah.
for the first 5-6 minutes, Arsenal were looking all right to an extent. We actually made a decent little chance. We were playing good football. There was a lovely little move from the back and out, and that was like, okay, this looks decent. But what these guys can do is they can do that at the start of the game, and when things are going for them and it's not all, it's all good for them. They're all passing around. They've got confidence. It is what it is. The moment the first goal goes in, it's gone. No chance. It's a game over because they don't have the leaders, the spine, or the mentality to kind of dig out of that. And they don't have it. So I'm not surprised that we lost.
It's kind of like Lions getting thrown into the fucking.
So when you look at the spine now, the spine is the goalkeeper, the centre backs, the centre midfielder, the number 10, and the striker, right? Going into against Norwich and forward for after that, the 4 games after that, Arteta's ride or die games, let's just say. Arsenal have got potentially a different goalkeeper. Now I know you guys have your own thoughts about Ramsdale, but in terms of what he offers out to the back in his past years, not just at Sheffield United, but also at Bournemouth. If we're being like realistic for a second, because look, Liverpool signed Ronaldo when he was relegated. He ended up being a decent player. Liverpool signed Robertson when he was relegated. He ended up being a decent player. So let's not judge players of being relegated.
He's got 2 relegations now.
And both years he was player of the year. And in both years he was player of the year. I'm just saying, let's just be logical back for a second. Ramsdale for me is keeping wise is you can argue about him if he's good or he's bad, but in terms of playing out the back, he is playing out the back.
Overall, as a goalkeeper,
we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see because he's younger than him, isn't it? But right now, I have no concerns.
Good enough, it should be fine.
Exactly, that's the point. It's the kicking out of the back. I see Mendy at Chelsea. I see City with Edison. I see United with De Gea as well. These keepers consistently play line-breaking passes, clip balls out wide, and we can't do that right now. With
De Gea can't.
No, but regardless, it's better than what Arsenal have. I showed this pass that Ramsdale played against West Brom where he broke the Lions, and I showed it to my brother Pav, who's a United fan, and he was like, "Well, I see this every week," and I was like, "I don't see this every week," and that's why we have to now not drop Leno and just get him out completely, but. He has to understand you've put in a pretty average performance. You let us down playing on the back, sit on the bench for a while now. And show us if you're on that level, you work for it. If you're not, then you sit on the bench. And regardless, Arsenal have spent £25 million on Ramsdale. You've got to start him. You don't just spend that money on that player and just let him on the bench, do you? He's the manager's guy. So you start Ramsdale and go, that's one part of the spine. The centre-backs completely changed. It's not Holding, Kolasinac and Chambers. It's what was it? Ben White and Gabriel Magalhaes. 2 different centre-backs completely. Cool. The centre midfield again, Thomas Partey comes in. You got Xhaka or Thomas Partey, and you got Sambi potentially coming in. Lukaku comes in as well with Xhaka's red card, but Partey's the main part of that midfield. So you strengthen the spine in 3 or 2 at least positions there and there. One's arguable with Ramsdale, but in terms of the centre backs and the midfield, you strengthened like that part of the spines. Then you've got Odegaard and Aubameyang, and when you've got a strong enough spine, you'll get results, and that's why I'm not as worried as a lot of Arsenal fans are in terms of getting up that table. My concern is, can we somehow then get top 6? Or top 5 or maybe top 4. Top 4 is impossible, but that's my bigger concern. But you will see Arsenal get more results. Arsenal win games of football and play some good football. It's just about keeping that spine fit. Because as you saw on that game against Man City, once they concede 1 goal, they don't have the characters, the leaders, or any sort of actual, the spine to get yourself out of the situation.
So,
Neil, just before you say,
you go.
Pick up AV saying Ben Foster made more saves than Mendy, doesn't make it relevant. See, but it's different to goalkeepers as opposed to strikers. When it's strikers, it is just about goals and assists. It's a card dry as that. Ben Foster making more saves than Mendy, we concede less shots than Watford do. So, of course, there's going to be a difference to that.
Virgil van Dijk.
Gone.
No, Virgil van Dijk sits as one of the worst players, or least tackles and interceptions per 90 in the Premier League. But that doesn't mean he's a bad defender, is it? I mean, he had Lukaku and smoke.
Half the time he just jockeys until he gets into the right position. But that's just different players' technique. Big up Billy Banter saying, I'm wearing a suit for the Premier. Sarcasm City's watch-along to Arsenal's all for nothing watch-along.
Let's go, Billy.
I need a link for that as well, man.
Oh, 100%, man. We going to have a ball with that. Don't worry about that. We going to set that up properly. I think on Twitch,
I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear
on
this.
Twitch, Oh, now you got points to make, innit? But before it was...
No, not you, man. It's the super chat.
Oh, it is. Oh, my bad.
Oh, just saying City did to Arsenal what Odegaard did to Lacazette. Oh, my... Yeah, I just remembered that.
Let me just say something about that, right?
Mad. It is what it is.
I have got real. That really does. That pissed me off. That fake article. So let me give you a story about it. So there's reports.
What was the article? 100%.
So the article, it was that Lacazette and apparently Lacazette and Odegaard had gone through sexual activities in the training ground. That was the entire rumor, and it was created by, I believe, a Chelsea fan, little childish Chelsea fan on Twitter. I think it was, I'm not quite sure, and it was just a joke, obviously, and people took it seriously. And some article then in Saudi Arabia or something like that have taken that tweet and sourced it as their source of saying this has happened behind the scenes. And then once that's gone into that newspaper, then a football page in the UK have sourced them guys as a source that this has happened behind the scenes. It obviously hasn't happened, it's a fake rumor. But then now these guys, Lacazette and Odegaard, completely innocent, are getting homophobic abuse for no reason whatsoever.
Oh yeah, that's disgusting. Like,
and I just don't understand. These big pages have a lot more responsibility in terms of, you know, you are the news guys. So if you're gonna share something, at least make it reliable. You don't just share whatever you see. Because now if you go on these players' comments on Instagram, I've seen it. These men are getting homophobic abuse for something they haven't done, obviously, and it's sad.
Homophobic abuse is disgusting and everything.
Yeah,
and when we were joking about it, when I saw on Twitter, I was more joking about the fact that All or Nothing just looks like it's going to be absolutely ridiculous this season if it's true. I don't care if they did anything in the dressing room. I don't care if they didn't do anything in the dressing room. If they did, people are just going to talk about it.
But regardless, we know they haven't done anything, don't it? So it's just technically they could then sue these guys, you know, for public defamation. They have. That's technically
wrong, man.
That is completely. That's because, you know, that could have been anything. That could have been anything. And then the fact that look, I don't know about the source from Saudi Arabia, but in terms of the page that posts in the UK, this is known for a reliable page of posting reliable stuff. But what this guy's done is gone right. Interactions, Arsenal. This is funny. Let's just post it, and it's a joke. But when it's not a joke is when these players then get abused for something they haven't done. It just makes no sense.
Out of order, man. Should keep it football. I agree with that 110%. Absolutely bang out of order and people reposting it. And like you said, the reliable news sources and that. It's like, do your due diligence, man. It's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? No need. That's nothing to do with football. You know what I'm saying?
The first time I knew it was bullshit. After about 5 seconds, I thought it was funny.
Anyone knows this is bullshit, but it's just
like ain't nothing to do with nothing.
I don't know, man. Look, on Twitter, I know that people are gonna. No, but Twitter, they're gonna soak you up. Obviously, you know, fans they'll find it funny, wherever it is.
Oh yeah,
but it's more the pages that have posted it. The pages that have posted it have a bigger responsibility. They have a far bigger, because, you know, fans don't really know. They will just read whatever they see and they believe it.
100%. You're right. 100%, fam. Nonsense.
Yeah. I hope that's kind of settled down at the very least over the last few days, because that's that sort of rumor that just pops up, it goes viral for a day, and then it just disappears. After a week, people have forgotten all about it.
I don't know, man.
So I just hope that's the same.
In terms of Arsenal again, though, as I said, Arteta has, in my eyes, or what I think the owner's eyes, will be 4 games. So you've got Norwich at home, you've got Burnley away, Tottenham at home, and Brighton away. That's before the next international break.
Whoa.
If Arsenal can't...
So if you guys, let's say you didn't get wins in the next 2 games, you think you would make it to the North London derby?
No. The game for me, that's the banker. The one he cannot not get 3 points is Norwich at home.
Yes.
Norwich at home is a banker, because not only that his players are back, his spine's back, he's got his signings available. It's after the international break. It's at home and it's Norwich. So you've got to win that game.
I honestly wouldn't write them off.
No, that's the point. They're a good team. There's no bad teams in the Premier League. But regardless, my point is Arsenal should have a strong enough team. Well, obviously we should, but regardless, you know, with the players that come back as well, 100%. We should comfortably beat Norwich with Arteta at home at the Emirates Stadium. You know, but if he can't get a win there, if Mikel Arteta doesn't get a win there, he's gone there and there. But if he, as expected, should do and does, then he's got Burnley away, which again he needs to win. Burnley away is not easy from an Arsenal fan's perspective, but he has to win that game as well.
Will be tested again.
Exactly.
They will
that
put
spine,
you all
that spine
the
that I've just spoken about, the spine of players, they will be tested to see if this new spine is the spine to really push Arsenal forwards. If we can beat Burnley and get 6 out of 6, then you've got the North London derby. As they say, form goes out the window. It's at the Emirates Stadium. Arsenal have not lost to Spurs at home since 2010, but Arsenal have not beaten Spurs at home in front of their fans since 2018. So if Arteta could, I'm not saying get 9 out of 9, but if he could win that game in front of the fans at the Emirates against Spurs, who obviously right now are top of the league, so fair play to them, then Arteta will get a lot of fans back on his side. But he has to do what I just said. He has to do that. He can't not do that. And in terms of the total points, there's 12 points available. Arteta needs to get at least 9 to 10 points out of there.
All right, let me ask you a question, Babs. If he loses to Norwich, would you be Arteta out?
No, of course you have to be.
Okay.
No, it's not even about being Arteta and Arteta out. You just have to sack him.
Were, to be honest.
I thought
I'm
so.
not Arteta out. I'm not Arteta in.
Nah,
I'm just in the point where I'm just like, I'm just seeing where it goes. Because
I'm saying he deserves to lose his job if he loses to Norwich.
Of course he does. Like, you can't not be Norwich at home. You can't not be,
I'm
regardless
just
of
checking.
my time of going to Arsenal games under Arsene Wenger and Unai Emery. Games like Norwich have always been bankers. You just know you're going to win that game.
Nah, I just gotta
And
make
especially
sure.
with the players
Your
and the
home
money we
record
spent
under
as well.
Emery was actually very
And
good, wasn't it?
You have to also understand, if we don't beat Norwich, that would be 4 games in a row to start the season without a win. Arsenal can't do that. Not Arsenal Football Club.
Not
You
scored
can't
as well.
get away with
Alright,
that.
let's get into
And
it
not
then.
score the goal either.
Who do you want next in terms of? Say
Oh,
you
if
don't beat
Arteta was to
Norwich, who
go,
do you want? Yes.
which by the way I don't hope a manager gets sacked. I never do. I hope he gets the wins and sorts it out. But if he was to get sacked, which is possible, I don't know, because Arsenal have committed to this new transition of positional play. It's a modern day system and tactics of how to play. That's how Liverpool play. That's how Chelsea have gone into as well now. That's how you invest the players into that. And Arsenal have gone into that hoping Arteta is the guy to, mould the team and mould the squad. And they're hoping that he's the long-term manager. Not just now for this year, but for the next 5, potentially 10 years, if he could remain as the Arsenal manager. That's what they're hoping for. So the next manager has to have a similar principle tactically, because the players will understand it, obviously, to an extent. But it has to kind of address the lack of experience that Arteta doesn't have. I'm not opposed to Graham Potter, personally speaking, because he does have a similar way of playing, similar outlook in terms of that juxtaposition. He's got the whole positional play system. I like that. But ultimately, I don't know. There's no clear candidates. I've heard Conte is fans of call it for Conte. He's not going to come.
No.
He's not going to see the team. But then again, so I was watching a video about how Arsenal's new signing, Takehiro Tomiyasu, he is actually fitted to Conte's system. Arsenal can now feasibly have a very good back three. Ben White, Gabriel and Tomiyasu. And that is something that Conte would have liked. We've also got wing-backs to an extent as well, with Tierney and Cole. I'm not saying Conte would come to Arsenal, but Arsenal have built a team where it is not entirely not feasible.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, like, I need a profile into this Tomiyasu guy, because I'll be real, never heard of the player. I've heard he can only solely play as a right centre back. He's not even really properly a centre back or a right back.
Takehiro Tomiyasu is again, I won't say I'm expert on him either, so I'm not gonna come out and go, I've watched him week in, week out. I haven't. But we've read about him and what we've heard about him from experts that have watched him play, he's a versatile player who predominantly plays right back for Bologna, had played there, but he's like a inverted fullback. And there was a graph of the most inverted fullbacks, right backs in the world, or in fullbacks in the world in the last year or so, and 4 of them were ex-Man City players: Cancelo, Danilo, and Zinchenko, and then the 4th one, was Tomiyasu. So he's in that category of inverted fullback. He plays into midfield. He's very comfortable. He's ambidextrous. He has 2 feet, very useful. But because he's 2-footed, he can play left-footed. Ambidextrous. That means
yeah, I love that. What does that mean? Let's go, Baz, with the big words.
It means he's got 5-star weak feet. He's got 2 good feet, basically. He can play on both sides, basically. That's his biggest strength. He can play on both sides, and that's his like secret weapon almost, because he's got that in his locker where if you were to press him, he's fantastic at just playing out the back. He's a good little signing. Also spent some money on him as well, to be fair to it. It came out a bit out of nowhere, so my concern is, why was he not signed earlier if he was your guy? But look, I'm not going to say I'm not happy with it. I'll just wait and see how he is as a player. But from what we've heard, and what we've heard only, he's been somewhat alright.
I just see what they're in the private chat. Cool, I just googled the meaning as well. I'm using that at a later date.
Because it's a bit of a tricky word, so I was like, I'll stick it in.
Ambidextrous. Yeah. Love that. Let's go.
That means he's two-handed, 2-footed. Yeah, that's what he is. I'm actually low-key excited about him, because I want to see what he is as a player. I really do, because I like ambidextrous players. We last had Cazorla, who was 2-footed, and he was amazing. I'm not saying he's the same player, but I like players that are 2-footed. It just helps them out, obviously.
Saying we got Greenwood over here, who's ambidextrous.
If he's ambidextrous, why can't he play on the left of a centre 3?
No, he can. That's the whole point. If you go on right now and watch a highlight video of Takehiro Tomiyasu, you will see him play right back, play left back, play centre back, play everywhere. Because he's, so 2-footed. You literally see him. I was like, when I watched the highlights on Deadline Day, I was like, where does he play? Is he left back? Is he right back? And then, you see his overall position and heat map. But yeah, he's signed to be the inverted fullback. He's the upgrade on Callum Chambers. Callum Chambers is all right. He's not the worst player in the world, but he's all right. But he's not got any pace. Tomiyasu has more pace than Callum Chambers. He's not, Hector Bellerin pace, like prime Hector Bellerin, but he has got a lot more pace than Chambers does. And he could be a solid little signing. But regardless, Arteta now has his back 4. He has Ramsdale. That's his player. He signed him. He's his goalkeeper now. His right back is Tomiyasu, left back is Tierney, and centre backs he's both signing Gabriel Magalhaes and Ben White. So he's got no excuses in the back four. If those 4 play or those 5 play, we can't be making mistakes. We can't be getting cheap goals because those are Arteta's guys.
The majority of them were signed under Arteta as well, if you were saying as
exactly.
well.
No, in terms of that, the front 4 is Arteta's. The front 4 that Arsenal would start is, let's just say, Aubameyang, Odegaard, Saka, and Smith Rowe. That's the 4 we normally go for. We started against Man City as well. That's Arteta's front 4. Arteta gave the contracts to Aubameyang and obviously Saka, Smith Rowe, and Odegaard are his players as well. The midfield part is deciding. So in terms of Xhaka, he's the only one he hasn't signed, but again, he's given a new contract to. So yeah, his entire team is now his. So he's now got no longer any excuses for us to not compete towards the top half of the league, let's just say.
All right, cool. Let's turn things quickly into... We do have to talk about Leicester City as well, so we'll get into that as well. You guys, nice little 2-1 win against Norwich City, despite having a few injuries in the game as well. Jamie Vardy, I think, is in for 3 goals in 3 games as well. He started off the season the same way that he usually does. Is it 3 and 3 or is it 2 and 3?
2 and 3.
Oh, which game did he not score in?
West Ham.
Oh, got my facts wrong. But fair play. Chat to me about the Norwich game, bro.
It was a kind of rubbish performance. It was not a good performance, to be honest. But we managed to grind out a win. That's the most important thing. Norwich, again, going down to the ground, they had so many opportunities and they were playing against a back line that was completely, I think, again, it sounds like an excuse, but it shouldn't be an excuse. Luke Thomas was pushed around all over the place. So Yunchu lost his head. Really missing that kind of calm person next to him. Daniel Amate is not our main chance centre back, and he can't really play out from the back. And Timothy Castagne is coming back from an injury, so all have been thrown in at this time to play majority of the game. Wasn't great. Leicester were making poor decisions. We just looked tired and lethargic, but we got the win at the end of the day. And we got the 3 points somehow. It's one of those things where it's probably with like the Man United result. You get the 3 points, but at the same time you go, Jesus, it was not a good game. However, if we're playing badly and still getting points, that's all we really care about at the end of the day. So, yeah, Leicester City are doing all right. But I think at the end of the day, we're just going to wait for the games to come in. The strength and depth is coming there as well. So it's just going to take the while for basically our defense is completely shot at the moment because of injuries and stuff like that. So I just figured out that Luke Thomas has got corona as well, which is not good. I think Tielemans we're going to have to monitor that, but I think partly he might be out with an injury as well on international break. So we're going to have to maintain that because it's not looking good at the moment. But as Ant said, because we went to the game together, smash and grab, got what we need to do and got out of there because it was not a good performance, to be honest.
The Sionchu tackle, though.
What was that?
That was terrible. The Sionchu tackle for the Norwich penalty. I was like, that's just...
Remember,
the player's going nowhere.
He looked a bit shaky.
So clumsy.
The player's going nowhere.
I'll give him credit for that.
So I think I was saying this to you, Lewis, when we talked about the game, I think last year when Frank Lampard was in charge. That's why I rate Johnny Evans so highly. Johnny Evans gives you that stability and it allows Sionchu to play his best football. And even at 25 now, he can't lead a back line. And that's what's really what I find really annoying about Sionchu. And this is kind of how he was when we first bought him. Really rash, really all over the place a little bit. And I thought he'd kind of eked that out of his game, but he hasn't. He's still got that. So he needs somebody like a Vestergaard who was injured or a Johnny Evans who was injured as well alongside to just tell him what to do, to be honest. So Sionchu is a good player with the right centre-back pairing. That's why, like, I was going to come back to Battles. Like, I didn't see if... I can't see Ben White and Gabriel. I don't really know much about Gabriel, but it's about the pairing that you have. And in that case, the pairing of Marty and Sionchu doesn't work as a back two. Definitely doesn't.
Yeah, you guys.
What about Gabriel and Ben White?
I was not convinced by them either. I don't know much about Gabriel, but is he that kind of, because as they're playing, Ben White plays mostly in the back three from what we've seen at Norwich, and B, when you're playing with Gabriel, is he that holding player that can like stabilize the ship and go, right, I've got the mentality now to lead from the back? Because I don't think Ben White is that person. Mikel
Arteta's philosophy at Arsenal has been to replicate Man City's back centre-back partnership, and both of them are very aggressive. Watching Arsenal play against Man United last year, we beat them 1-0 at Old Trafford. That game there, Holding and Gabriel and Tierney were really, really aggressive. You watch that game and they were trying to always get in front of the strikers. That's the Arteta philosophy. He wants to be aggressive player, high line. Gabriel in that aspect is exactly what we need. This aggressive, powerful centre-back who's always trying to get a foot in front of his striker and, trying to win headers and that. And Ben White's also a front foot defender. And because of his work under Bielsa and Graham Potter, both managers that have played the positional play system, that's why Arteta was so convinced on Ben White. So I think they could work pretty well. I think they complement each other pretty well. Gabriel is that powerhouse. Ben White's more of that composed. I think he could be the more relaxed centre-back, the one that drops off deeper and, plays out from the back. That's what he was at Leeds as well, to be fair to him, in that back four. So, yeah, he played in the back three for Brighton, but if he was to go to Leeds in the Premier League, he would have played in the back four. So I think that could work pretty well.
Yeah, I've been looking at your fixture list as well. Like, your fixtures coming up are rough. I think you got Napoli and Manchester City in the same week, I think.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we've got I think, injury list at the moment, as Ant put, Vestergaard, Evans, Ricardo. Ricardo's come back, so it's a little bit different. Bertrand just coming back from injury. Fofana's out. Thomas is out. So defensively, we are looking shaky, and we're going to have to try and batter teams, but we haven't really got the full back. We haven't got the central defense, centre backs, or the wing backs at the moment. So we'll wing it. We'll find out a way. But the thing is, the way that Leicester City work, unlike who's it called? I'd say Pep Guardiola and Klopp, they don't whinge and cry about it. He'll just get on with it. He goes, okay, cool, I've got a squad, but I've just got to get on with it now. So at the moment, this is the reason why Leicester. One of the reasons why Leicester doesn't get talked about as well, because the manager doesn't make a big deal of it. Because okay, Fofana's injured, let's bring in Vestergaard. Vestergaard's injured, it's like right, he's not going to throw the team under the bus or anything. It is what it is. Let's just move on. And I quite like the approach, to be honest. But yeah, defensively, that's what I mean. We're getting 6 points. West Ham we got absolutely annihilated, but we got 6 points out of 3 games. And I'll take that. We're just waiting for Johnny Evans to come back because that will just help us massively, or Vestergaard, because that will just help us in terms of defensively shut up a little bit more because we are all over the place at the moment. It's against Norwich. Norwich were a good team, and if Pookie had a couple of chances, hit them straight at Schmeichel. Sargent had a chance, put it wide. They could have put a few more passes if they were more clinical, for sure. Because our defense
Norwich aren't good, man.
So you reckon it's not clear cut? This obviously you just watch your team play Norwich. That's why you think against Arsenal it's not a routine home win for Arsenal.
Honestly, there was the moments where you go that should have been a goal. There was about 4 of them. I'm not talking about I'm talking about a ball into the box, not really marked. Pookie's got his head on it, went straight into Casper Schmeichel's hands. Okay. 3 times that happened. I'm not talking about there's a ball in, it didn't quite work. I'm talking about clear cut opportunities. They had about 4 that they should have put away.
Yeah, Norwich is the type of team I want to play though, because what they do is they play the philosophy. They come onto you, and that's what I like. Some teams that come to the Emirates sit back and park the bus, and that's harder to play against actually in a way. So Norwich, that's why that should for me it should be a banker, because if they go attack, Arsenal should just rip them apart. That's how it should be. But I hear you, they make chances. That's what they do so well. That's what Daniel Farke's a pretty good manager. What he is, he makes chances. He's got this high press system. But then again, they were at home as well. Yeah, they were at home. That obviously gives them advantages with the fans there. At the Emirates, you'd expect them to kind of... I don't know, man. That game for me has Mikel Arteta's future written all over it. If he wins that game, it could almost be like...
all or nothing, man.
Yeah, it is all or nothing, exactly.
It's
like when Oli beat... Yeah. What game was it when Oli beat Everton last season? Where he was meant to get sacked and he won that game. If Arsenal win against Norwich, even though it's an easier team, that could be, if we lose it, it's done. There's no chance he stays.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
Or even if he draws. Even if he draws, he doesn't stay.
You reckon if he draws, it's a wrap?
It's a draw. He can't not win it. He can't go 4 games.
What about a 0-0 draw?
Win.
Away
again, it's at home.
I don't think a draw is good enough.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's at home. It's at home. You can't, because the games we have after that are harder. Burnley away.
Another relegation.
Tottenham at home. And then you've got Brighton. Brighton are in good form away. We have not won at Brighton away. When's the last time we won at Brighton away? We won the last season, obviously, but in terms of good fans there, we haven't ever won there. In terms of in the Premier League era, that again.
A place to go.
Yeah, the away games last year were easier for Arsenal because there's no fans. Now it's harder. For Mikel Arteta, it really is, as you said, all or nothing.
It is.
But anyways, lads, I need a bounce. Lewis, are you there tomorrow? Yeah.
Big up, man.
Yeah, no, Sunday.
Oh, so it's Sunday. No, it's tomorrow.
No, it's come on, man, Mr. fucking Arsenal Ladies FC, and you don't even know when.
When I booked the ticket, I'm sure it's Saturday.
Go on, look.
Eddie, you've got this wrong, Babs. You are in the mud. You know what
No,
I'm
it's
saying?
fine. I'll be in the mud. I can be wrong. It's fine. I make mistakes.
And
The
this
best
is
always
like-
make mistakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, is it Sunday? What? Hang on, I booked the ticket on a Saturday then. Maybe I booked the wrong ticket.
What did
No,
you
this
buy?
guy. What did you buy on that, fam?
It's so
I
good
got the
elsewhere.
wrong
Wait. No, because
ticket.
seriously,
What
what?
did
It's no, I haven't. Wait, no, wait. I think I'm right here. Have they changed the time? No, they haven't changed the time either. What?
This guy is
Right. Anyways, I'm really busy right now. I've got a lot of things to think about. Yeah, I'm allowed to make mistakes.
You make out
Oh,
Babs.
yeah.
You're blessed up, fam.
Babs, you're on
You know
your
what I'm saying?
grind. No worries, man. Safe for jumping
Let's
on.
go.
Yeah.
Big
But
up,
yeah,
Babs.
Lewis, and I'll see you on Sunday. Then don't worry, I'll see you on Sunday.
Bless, man.
See you
I'll
on
see
Monday.
you on
I'm a
Sunday.
shout
Hopefully
you,
after
Babs.
another
man.
puppy,
I need a new
you already
logo,
know.
man. I'm gonna shout you though.
No worries, man. No
Let's
worries,
shout
man.
you.
Alright, man.
Bless
Take care, everyone. Take care of the chat as well, man.
Bless.
In a bit,
Big
man.
up, man.
Bless.
Take care.
Big
And
up
you know what,
AV
Lewis?
as
This is
well.
right, man.
Same.
This is right.
What,
The super
big-
chat. Get to it.
Big
I
up
think
to
this.
Lewis
I
for
think this
giving
is very
relegation
honourable.
team fans a shout out. Come on, man. We're all
I
inclusive.
think so. I think that's
Charity work,
100%.
man. It's charity
Yeah,
work.
round of applause. Yeah.
We started our channel name as like what was it? We say the top 6 show or something, and then we already had
Yeah.
to get rid of that in the first week because Arsenal are in the relegation zone. So it's fine. We're all inclusive, man. Everyone gets
That's nice.
involved. everyone
Arsenal
gets to
just
have a
caused the
say.
name changes, innit?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
'Cause it was the
Now we
yeah.
can't say we're top 4, top 6, top 10, nothing. We can
Yeah.
barely say we're top 15 at this point. It's
If they
fucking
if
Yo, if
the
Arsenal get
unthinkable happens,
relegated, we might have to
this guy
change the
beat me
name
to the
again.
punch. Man beat me to the fucking punch in that. Yeah, I was just
yeah,
about
if
to say
Arsenal
that.
get relegated, do we have
You
to
two
prove
need to
that
spend some
on the
time
show?
apart. I swear to
No,
God.
Yeah,
but
we
to
do,
be
man.
fair,
Do
this
mine.
Shameless FC doesn't have Premier League in, so we might have to. We could stick with it.
Actually, yeah, he could be our
Yeah.
championship correspondent.
There we go.
Facts.
There we go.
You can tell us
That
about
can work.
Tranmere away, Luton
Yeah.
at home. You know me, Preston
What's
away.
Millwall doing?
This is valuable
Oh,
insight.
Millwall.
Yeah.
Valuable insight, fam. Very
Valuable.
invaluable.
Maybe our
Johnson's
SME
paint
page,
trophy.
Yeah,
All
man.
of that.
You keep us posted fully what's
Oh,
going on in
wonderful.
Friday night games. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? If this was them next season in the championship, Baz would be going to start his watch along right now. You know what I'm saying?
I said Arsenal need to drop the nil and just become arse. I can't be arse.
Didn't they
man.
against Brentford though a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah, they were
What?
on a Friday.
That was a
They did
Friday,
play on
wasn't
Friday.
it? Yeah.
That's
Hey,
'cause-
did you see them having to play? They replayed their match against
Yeah.
Brentford behind closed doors.
They won 4-0, didn't they? Yo, they're just looking for a goal to see. They make sure they're having goal of the season contenders for September. You
How
know,
did I
they,
only
not
remember that
taking
now
any
Baz is
chances.
gone? I can't be asked. I would have asked him about
I
that.
bet, yeah.
Well, I'll come back to that next week because I'll remember that. But
It's
before
4-0,
we
but
wrap,
it's still 0 points. Do you know what I mean? That's all that matters.
0 points.
yeah, they're gonna
minus-
call out Chelsea for a friendly next week.
Yo, man,
as
someone
well.
called him Arsenal.
It's
Arsenal. Yes,
Arsenal. I
Arsenal.
keep the slander names going, people, man. The perfect way to
That's-
wrap up the show. Just
Facts,
before
man.
we
Go on.
just before we end it, we are going to talk because we haven't even spoken about Liverpool v Chelsea, so we will go into the game anyway.
Oh, yeah.
12 versus 10, and the dominant
12
defensive
versus 10.
display of Chelsea continues to shine through. Even if Anthony Taylor wanted to fuck us over, we still managed to get at least 1 point out of this game. Also, feels like 3 points because Danish Maldini dropped another man of the match at Anfield. Very used to performing well at this venue.
I didn't
but
even think he was your man of the match, to be honest. I thought it was Azpilicueta.
It could have been anyone from that.
I thought
back three,
Kovacic
to be
was
honest.
very good when he came on.
Kovacic did well.
I thought he was very good when he came on.
Yeah, Kovacic did
Yeah.
bits, but Kovacic is always a better substitute for us, in my opinion. All of his
Oh,
best
is it?
performances.
I
in
would
the
have given it
last 18
Azpilicueta,
months have come off the
personally.
bench.
Okay.
I mean, Azpilicueta is well deserving of it, but Danish Maldini got it. It works well for my prop, so I am definitely not going to complain. But Ryan, we haven't even spoken about the game since then. I haven't even really got.
We
your
did. I
opinions
think
on
we
it.
did a review on your channel last week, didn't we? Remember? I
Did
came
we?
on for a bit. I remember coming on for a bit. It
How
was like the day
shocked is
after.
my memory that I don't.
No,
even
it's not, man.
remember
It's
it.
because it's Ryan, man. It was a forgettable performance. It was like Liverpool on the weekend. Don't worry about it. We move. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I was
It
still a
was.
bit hungover, but yeah.
Probably you and me both, but we moved. But again, what was your thoughts on the Liverpool Chelsea game, and how frustrated were you that you did struggle to break us down over the second half? Because that game should have been yours after the penalty.
Oh, yeah, I was pissed off after the game. You should have seen the messages I was sending Flawless, and when I saw him after how pissed off I was at the result, like I was vexed,
big,
innit?
man. He was
I
we're not
was-
winning the league. You know what I'm saying?
He
It
was this
shocking.
close to coming in with a
Quadruple.
Matip goal, man.
Oh,
We
you
said
know,
about the
I would have
match day,
preferred that
but
over the
happy-
penalty and red card now.
Yeah,
Now
you know
that we
what?
didn't
Anthony
win-
Taylor's a wild lad, but I'm cool with the penalty over that. If it was 1-0 with a Matip goal, we are not doing Shameless this week. It is what it is. No
Even
chance.
1-1 with a
Before the
Matip
second
goal, I
half,
would have been unbearable about it. Even if we'd have lost 2-1 and Matip had scored, I would have been unbearable about it.
The AC penitentiary broken by Matip can't be asked. No chance. I'm good. I'm fucking good. But yeah, the way we played in the second half, like defensively resolute, but it's, again, we're down to 10 minutes, all that we can do, and we're already good defensively when it's 11v11 before you go down to 10. And when you're down to 10 men, it don't really change too much if you're defending anyway. It matters more if you're winning and you're down to 10 men, because then you're pissed in that point. But my thing was, I feel like we kind of shown the blueprint out of how to get a result against Liverpool if you really try, because you lot were just reduced to dropping crosses into the box endlessly. And I know you have the players that can deliver it, but if there's nobody in the middle that can get on the end of them, then you're just stuck spamming crosses. That was the same thing we were doing last season with Lampard.
You've not really got height in your team as well, in terms of midfielders or strikers.
Yeah, I mean, you're just relying on the quality of the delivery at the end of the day a lot of the time. I thought Robertson wasn't that great going. I thought Trent did all right. I thought Robertson wasn't great, but then
Robertson
it's his
coming
first
back from
game.
injury though.
Yeah, exactly. It's his first game back. Look, even though I was said before the game I wanted Robertson to start because I'm like, he's a better player than Tsimikas. Just put him in, he's the better player. But at the end of the day, looking in hindsight, we probably should have played Tsimikas because he has been on form as well last 2 games as well before that, and he's played very well. So we probably should have put him in hindsight. But I don't get onto Klopp for playing Robertson because it's what I wanted before the game anyway. But at the same time, one thing I do think Klopp did get wrong was I don't think there was much else he could have done in the second half in terms of subs. But I reckon I thought he should have brought Thiago on a lot earlier than he did. I thought that kind of situation and scenario in the game was tailor-made for him in terms of other teams got 10 men, they're sitting back, you need to break them down. I thought Thiago would have been really suitable for that. I mean, he did that last season against you guys when we played you at Stamford Bridge and Christensen got sent off. And he brought on Thiago at half-time and we won comfortably in the second half.
Christensen's name there. I didn't miss that.
Okay, yeah, he got sent off. Rugby tackled Mane from what I remember.
He put on Christensen's name while he was explaining that.
Oh, what, Christensen got sent off? Okay, he gets sent off. Yeah, man, it's part of the story.
Shameless FC, you know?
I forgot about that part of the story. That's very knowledgeable. You're Ryan, you're on mute.
Oh, nah, for the best is what it is.
I muted him, you know.
Louis just did that.
No, that wasn't even me.
My mic got unplugged in it. It takes a bit of a while to like come back on in it. That's why.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, but my mic got unplugged. But yeah,
as soon as there's Christensen slot, I can't be bothered.
Large up, Gem. Big up, Gem.
Big up yourself, anyway.
Yeah. One thing I will say is, it was very bad in the second half. But at the end of the day, I mean, you know, Flawless. Even him, you said earlier on, Tuchel is probably the best organizer of a team. And at the end of the day, we will not come up against a better organized team than Chelsea this season in the league. Like that is the best organized team.
That's why they're my pick to win the league.
But that's why. Even though the second half was a bit worrying, it's not worried me as much as it has worried others because we're not, even though we'll come up against teams that do sit back, they're not going to be as well organised as Chelsea. I mean, you're Champions League, you're European champions for a reason. You're a very good team at the end of the day. And, you know, you deserved a point. You were very well organised. It was hard to get through you. But, you know, it's only the 3rd game of the season. I think when we went 1-0 down in the stadium, I was like, I would just say taking a draw then because I was like, Chelsea is so well organised, it's going to be hard to break them down to even get a draw. So the fact we got a draw in the end, even though the situation we were in, we probably should have got the win. You know, I'll take it. A draw's not the end of the world at all. You know, it's a tough game. We're up against you know, one of our rivals early on the season. A draw's not the end of the world. And, you know, like I said, we're not going to come up against many better teams than Chelsea this season at all. So when I look back at it, I'm not, you know, that bothered about the result, to be honest. You know, a draw's not the end of the world at all. But what I am worried about a couple of things. So in terms of positives, Van Dijk just looks what he was before the injury. He looks very good, you know, not having really any problems in his first 3 games back. I thought Salah's done really well so far this season as well. Fabinho looked good. Trent looks good. You know,
pause.
Yeah,
what was that?
You have to pull him back on that one.
What was that you said about Salah?
He's done all right so far this season.
Wait. No. Say it with chest. You know what I'm saying?
He's done well so far this season.
Who is
Miracles
that?
can happen, ladies and gentlemen.
Mohamed Salah.
Flawless, what did you man do to
Man will search his middle name for you if you want, and I'll say that, you know.
Yeah, you know what? You research his middle name and give him his full title.
2021, and I'm seeing Ryan doing Salah prop. This is ridiculous.
No, you know what it is? Because he's seen it up close and personal. And was like, he's not.
Gali has done very well so far this season.
Fair play. And you know what? Bet you for giving Salah prop as well. Big up the ex-Chelsea man.
I mean, what I will say about Salah is, whilst he's not good on the eye, and he's
around him, that's why.
No, but whilst he's very frustrating in games, Salah, whilst he's very frustrating in games over the last few years, you can't deny he is a guaranteed goal scorer at the end of the day, and he is pivotal to the team. And especially when you compare his form to Mane, who's I'm losing hope for this guy, innit? Genuinely.
If you didn't have Salah, you wouldn't. I don't think you'd even get in top 8.
Nah, I think we would have got top 8. We wouldn't have got top 4.
He scored like 22 goals.
22 goals.
Yeah, he got over 20 comfortably last season. Still,
if you take 22 goals in the Premier League, if you take 22 Premier League goals out of your season, Neil's probably right.
No, I agree. But it's especially when you compare it. It's especially when you compare his form to Mane, who honestly, I just don't know what's happened in it. Like, he was disastrous against Chelsea. Definitely worst player in the pitch by a mile for me. Like, nothing he did came off. Kept losing the ball. Like, I don't know. I'm really worried for him. I can't lie.
He's fallen off the cliff the last year.
Bro, that's it. It's not as if this is just a few games. This has been going on for about a year, and it's looking like it's not getting any better. Not even when we have got our full team back, he's still showing this form, and it is worrying to see. You know, he really needs to up his form soon. Has he ever taken
an extended period out of the team, though?
No, not really. He hasn't. No, I mean, there are a couple of times he started on the bench. Like, he started on the bench at Man United away towards the end of last season. So a couple of times he started on the bench, but otherwise he's played pretty much every game, and his form just, I don't know, man. I am worried for him, to be fair. Like, at least with Salah, you guaranteed goals. With Mane, you're not guaranteed anything at the moment at the end of the day. So, you know, in terms of we want to challenge for the league, we need Mane to start firing again like he was in, you know, the last 2 seasons, you know, the 2 seasons we won the trophies, because we can't just keep relying on Salah to get the goals. We just can't do that. Mane needs to step up now. Exactly. Mane needs to step up now at the end of the day. Yeah, he needs to step up, man. That's what I'm saying. Because his form is really worrying me. Like, it's bad. It is bad.
I was just reading that big old Wayne.
Aye, Wayne might have you in 4K, you know.
This is the guy who said Chelsea were going invincible this season.
Right, so all Wayne's been telling me is facts the last 10 minutes.
I knew that was your response, innit? Okay.
Come on, man, of course.
I still think if we keep our first 11 fit, which is obviously easier said than done, and a lot of our important players, you're talking Van Dijk, you're talking Trent, you know, you're talking all Fabinho, all these Salah pivotal players. I do think we've got a very, very good chance of winning the title, because I still think our strongest 11 is still arguably the strongest 11 in the Premier League still. And it's proven in winning the league already very recently.
But how do you compete with Champions League and Premier League then? With
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying if we keep our first 11 fit.
Yeah, but you can't.
Which is easy.
You can't. I don't think you can do that.
Which is easier said than done.
You can't compete on the champion. The reason why your form picked up is because one of the reasons why you were at the Champions League is you concentrated on the Premier League only, and that's one of the reasons why your form picked up towards the end of the season.
Yeah, it probably was, but I mean, you know, there were those 2 seasons, even though it was a couple of years ago, where somehow we managed to keep our players fit, and we was, you know, still compete. We're able to compete and win the league as well, and win the Champions League the season before. Like, we have shown we can do it. I'm not saying we're going to keep our players fit this season, because I don't know what's going to happen. But I'm saying if we do, I do believe we can definitely win the league.
Fair enough. Well, guys, I think we are going to end the stream here. It's been yet another amazing episode of Shameless FC. Anyone got any other final thoughts they want to drop in before we end the stream? Or
vote down below. That's it. That's all I've got.
Yes, again, guys, drop the votes. It is down in the description below. Votes for Neil and Beyond the 90 and the best in women's football in the small business category. And also, while you're in the description below, if you guys are looking for the best grooming equipment possible out there. Check out manscaped.com and check out the Lawnmower 4.0 for all your greatest needs involving your back, sack, and crop.
Right, he's back.
Big up everyone that's locked in. Smash the like and subscribe button.
Let's go.
And we will see you at the same time next week. We were meant to do the changes to our Premier League table, but we're going to do that next week because I could add that to next week's content because Villa's looking a little bit dry right now.
Have we got time to change Arsenal's position now?
Oh shit! I accidentally switched this on. My bad. Yeah, we can switch Arsenal at the very
We can
least.
just switch Arsenal's at the moment, yeah.
I had them in 9th, and I got rated
Whoa.
for it.
Being a
We
bit
had
too
them at
generous,
7.
weren't you?
Innit? Exactly, and that was at the beginning of the season.
So if we
Oh,
want
man,
to move Arsenal,
that looks too high for Arsenal already.
No, but this is the thing. We move Arsenal, we're gonna have to move somebody else, and then we're gonna have to move somebody else off.
Somebody else, yeah.
Brighton are on 6 points out of 9.
We're doing
Put it
that.
this way, Arsenal should be below Everton.
Yeah.
Right.
Why West Brom so low?
West Brom? West Ham?
Yeah. I
Let's
think
not
it's because
get
they have
Paul, if you weren't
European
here when we
football.
did this.
I went here. Yeah.
They have
we don't
European
get to
football,
that.
but at the
I
end of the
told you,
day-
man. I thought they were getting top 6 this year.
You reckon they get top 6?
I think they can.
Well, guys, this is your teaser for next week.
How
We're gonna
European
Yeah, we'll do
football
that next week.
though.
But if we want to just make 2 changes and then actually no, we can't move Brighton.
Arsenal will be the first.
No, because we'd have to do a direct swap. So
Well, you can.
Let's move Arsenal and West Ham.
Swap Everton for Arsenal at the time being, I'd say.
I'm happy
Everton
with West
doing
Ham
all
and
right.
Arsenal.
West
You
Ham
think
Arsenal
Everton
makes
would get
sense.
7th? Potentially they could, to be
I
honest.
reckon
I think they
Everton
can.
because it means Arsenal are a bit lower and Everton are actually doing well as well.
And they've boosted
Everton
the
for
squad.
agenda,
They've spent.
West Ham. No, not Brighton. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a bit agenda driven, I can't lie, but yeah.
Man,
Shameless
this has
FC.
been
It is
agenda
shame
driven.
exactly, Flawless. It's Shameless FC.
Right, so that is. Did I make the right move? Did I put in 7? Palace?
Yeah,
Oh,
well-
fuck off.
Palace.
Palace. You must out your mind. There you go. Right, so yeah, those are the changes we've made. Arsenal are now down to 11th. Everton have climbed up the table back to 7th. And if you guys want to see any other changes, you lot go wait till next week's episode. So big up
Yeah,
everyone
leave 'em all
that's
then.
locked in. Smash the like and subscribe button. Check out everyone on their socials. The link is down in the description below to everyone's channels and their socials as well. So check it out. Smash the like and subscribe button. Vote for Neil and Beyond the 90 in the best in women's football in the small business category on the FCA Awards. That link is down in the description below as well. Let us know your thoughts on the stream. Again, smash the like and subscribe button, and we will leave you with last week's man of the match. Until then, take care.
And Arsenal at the bottom of the league.
And of course, Arsenal are bottom of the fucking league. Let's go. Up the Chelsea.